Letter 7, William. Precious Safya, I saw you. I was with you in your room. I saw your hands, your neck, your hair. Perhaps it was merely a dream, but it was so real. I swear I could have touched you. You were sitting on the floor, and I was down on one knee behind you. You were finishing a letter, but I couldn't see what was written. You wore a honey-colored frock and sat with your legs tucked under you on a rug at the foot of your bed. Your raven-colored hair was long, wavy, looked unbelievably soft, and smelled of rose petals. As I drew closer, I saw a single strand of hair on your neck shift ever so slightly as my breath landed upon it. I was deathly cold, but I was close enough to feel the warmth radiating from your body. You were beautiful, and you were warm. You folded the letter, you pressed it softly to your lips, you slid it between the pages of a well-worn book that lay in your lap, and in that instant, I was gone. My fever had finally broken. I was in my bed. It may have been a dream, but I felt something hard and opened my hand. On my palm lay an acorn. From out of the ether there purred a strange voice, a most peculiar sound, like tiny footfalls on snow. The voice spoke with some authority. It gives you its might. The might of the oak, I repeated. But when I opened my eyes, the acorn had vanished. My hand was empty. And then I saw our housekeeper, Agnes, seated beside me, squeezing cool water from a compress back into a basin before she went to apply it to my forehead. She stopped when she saw I was at last awake. Overjoyed, she ran from the room and summoned my father and brothers. I felt on the bed next to me for the first volume of Wuthering Heights. It wasn't there. I looked over at the shelf. There was open space next to the second volume. Just then, my family entered my sick room. I could see their relief and surprise, but can't for the life of me tell you what any of them said. It was as if there was a bubble around me that random sounds could penetrate, but not words. I continued searching the folds of the counterpane until Agnes placed her hand over mine. One look in her dark, searching eyes told me everything. Agnes had the book. I had been confined to bed by fever for 7 days. The doctor, who'd come the second day, dispensed little or no hope to my family for my recovery. In my delirium over the week, I believe I shared many details about our correspondence to Agnes, but I know she would never betray my confidence. Agnes has been with my family since my father was a boy. Her duties were greatly diminished several years ago after she suffered a stroke. It froze the right half of her face into a rigid mask and rendered her speech insensible. My father, as stern as he is frugal, surprised me by encouraging her to stay on. Not that she had any place to go, as her entire family has long since passed. She makes herself as useful as possible, doing what she can for us, but receives neither thanks nor praise from my father. He neither looks at nor speaks to her, and I have on several occasions seen him slip quickly out of a room upon her entrance. Both of my brothers grew up terrified of her, and that was before the stroke disfigured her face. I never understood why. She has always been so sweet and good to me, and whenever I am ill, which is often, she fixes for me a restorative broth made with tiny leaves, twigs, and mushrooms that she herself gathers from the hillside at night. I've often heard my brother Edward laugh and whisper accusations that she's a practitioner of the dark arts. I asked Thomas, the more rational and austere of my two brothers, what it was about Agnes that unnerved him. He responded with an answer so chilling I will forever remember it. With one look, she knows your darkest secrets. I did not ask Agnes for the return of the book, but after 2 more days, undoubtedly, when she thought I was strong enough, I woke to find it on the pillow next to me. It was then I read your heartbreaking letter. There is so much more I want to say, but my hand and eyes are still weak. Please forgive me. After seeing you, after being there in the room with you, I know now, more than ever, that we will be together someday. I don't know how, but I feel certain that the key to making it a reality is Agnes. Until that day comes, I know this. There's no place I'd rather be than in your arms. Your devoted William, Haworth, Yorkshire, 23rd of March, 1852. This is Brontë and Dickens.